Good morning, everyone. I will be discussing about conflict resolution towards the culture peace. So this is a lesson 2, which is all about effective communication skills in conflict resolution. So basically said, the conflict will be resolved through effective communication. So according to Charmaine Hammond, when we communicate with clarity, congruence, and compassion, conflict is resolved more effectively. So this statement only emphasizes the importance of effective communication in resolving conflicts. It suggests that when you communicate clearly, congruently, and with compassion, the conflict is likely to be resolved effectively. Next is what is communication and how does it become effective? So basically, this is the definition of communication. So communication is a process of conveying or expressing your ideas or thoughts and even emotions to be understood by someone or your audience. And also, effective communication is a vital life skill. It fosters productivity and strong relationships. So every individual should achieve effective communication skills. So they should have effective communication skill as it helps build relationship with other people in able to achieve peace within your convenience or within the community and overall within the nation. So here are the attributes of effective communication by scaling 2012 or the elements of effective communication. First is be explicit and clear. Secondly, be concrete. Thirdly, convey an I message. Next is respect others and set context and state the purpose of one's actions, and lastly, state wishes rather than demands. And I will be explaining this further in the next slide. So being explicit and clear. So it only means that when you speak, try to speak clearly and direct or straight to the point. Make sure that you won't make your audience or the person you are talking with figure out or make assumption about what you are talking. So basically, make sure that your message is conveyed or expressed clearly and directly. Next is be concrete. So concreteness is the ability to speak in a manner that is straightforward and uncomplicated. This means applying a style of speaking that is open, honest, and in line with inner beliefs and daily emotions. So make sure that your message is direct without using any unambiguous words or jargon. Enable for you, enable for your audience or the person you are talking with, get your points or ideas, and make sure that what you are talking is in line with what you are really feeling or what you are really believing. So it should be in line with your beliefs and real emotions. So when speaking, you should be honest. Simply. Next is convey I message. So when you are speaking, make sure that you are using a point of view, first point of view, which is I. I. You're talking about yourself. So because it is one of the effective way of influencing your audience or the person you're talking with. As I point of view is one of powerful um, point of view. Okay? Because I allows for personal accountability and authenticity. So when you use I, it's very authentic since you are referring to yourself and you are reflecting to your what's in your mind and what are you feeling. So also this approach or the use of I point of view avoids generalizations and promotes honest and genuine interactions because you are really expressing about what you think and what you feel. So make sure that you use the I point of view or the first person point of view, which is the I. Next is respect others. So make sure that you respect others, of course, so that communication will be effective. So here, a respectful attitude is crucial for effective communication. By expressing respect through tone of voice, gestures, and body language, individuals create an environment conducive to understanding and empathy. Make sure that when you are speaking with someone, make sure that you are respectful. So be mindful of your gestures or the tone of your voice. Make sure that it sounds respectful so to avoid offending the person you are talking with. Next is set context and state the purpose of one's action. So find the appropriate time and place for special conversations. In conflict situation, it might be better to postpone a discussion to a time when feelings have cooled down. So make sure that you find a proper place for the conversation to occur. Make sure that the place is, of course, organized, not chaotic or noisy. So be mindful of the place that you are going to use when you are setting a meeting or simply a meeting. Alright? Next is, this is the last attribute. Stay gracious rather than demands. Expressing wishes fully leaves the other person free to meet the request. A demand is more coercive, implying punishment and is usually less helpful. So stop. Make sure that you don't sound demanding when you are conveying your message or when you are expressing your thoughts, your ideas, or perception. Do not be demanding. Be polite when you are expressing your ideas. Don't sound like you are demanding the person to do that exactly. Make sure that it sounds like you are wishing for it. So make sure that you sound very polite, okay, in here. So that's all about the attributes of non-effective communication by Scaling 2012. So that's all, and thank you for watching